What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. Just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000, you're guaranteed 30 in total. And the offer ends at the end of March. Anyways, for now, when we're looking at the markets, you guys can see that SPY has been in a very interesting place. This thing pumped quite a bit yesterday, and I did anticipate that there would be a little bit of a pullback coming. I said that in my morning video, and that's what's happening so far to some extent. We're watching this 20 EMA at 602.5 as our main support to see if this holds. And for now, I just want to say that even though we've been on a slight downtrend since the morning, we're actually very, very choppy. So it's very choppy despite this slight downtrend on the forever basis. When you zoom in on SPY, you could see it's very, very choppy, not really good for people who are holding short-term options, but there is a slight little downtrend. It's not that significant, so we'll be watching something very important. So what is the market doing? We're waiting for this data that's coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the interest rate decision coming out. Get ready for some high volatility once that comes out. The market has priced in a pause by the Fed. There's a 99.5% chance we get it, and we will most definitely get it, in my opinion. I think we're going to be looking for that pause, and I'm not really expecting much after that. Then once that decision comes out, I think there's going to be a big amount of volatility. I think that this might cause the market to either spike up or spike down. Hopefully, it's to the upside since this is technically priced in, but we'll see just to be safe. Then at 2:30 p.m., we have the press conference with the big guy Jerome Powell giving a speech. Whatever he says is going to cause more volatility, so get ready for that. Then after all of that, we have like Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, and IBM announcing earnings after market close today. So it's very interesting, right? We have FOMC, which is going to drag the market in one direction. Then we have this, other pieces of data that are going to drag the market in another direction. So the market's moving all over the place because of this data. It's going to be very interesting to see how this ends up panning out. But I think what's going to happen is, in all honesty, what I think is I'm hoping that we get some kind of balance. I really hope for that. Because of the fact that the market has, in my opinion, kind of like priced in a potential pause by the Fed already. So that could cause a bounce, especially since SPY still hasn't really like fully filled its gap. So we'll see if we get that bounce or not. If SPY gets a bounce and we break past 604 when the decision comes out, we're looking for this gap fill all the way back up around 607, very close to 608. If we don't get that, if SPY gets a big rejection and we can't hold our support and we end up losing 602, there's going to be a risk of us dumping to 600 or below. So keep that in mind. Once the decision comes out, there's going to be a big move. And then Jerome Powell's speech will cause even more volatility. So we'll see if SPY holds support or not. It's very choppy for now. I'm hoping we try to fill this gap, so we'll see just to be safe. For the QQQ, it's the same thing essentially. So if we manage to break past this resistance around this 524-ish area, we're looking for that gap fill back up to about the 528 zone. And if we can't hold around 519, we're looking for a dip back down towards this resistance becoming support around the 517s. So it could go either way. I'm hoping we get a bounce here. I really hope that we try to reclaim our supports and try to push for these gap fills. So we'll see how things end up developing. So give this some time. But with that being said, it's going to be very key for us to watch these levels. For the Russell 2000, we have support at 226.5 and 225.9 as our supports. And we want to be watching to see if we can get back above at least 227.5. That could help us try to rebound a bit. If we lose 225.9, then it's going to be dipping. As of right now, we're just shuffling. So give it some time. Hopefully we get that bounce. On ES, notice that we dipped quite a bit. We're very close to that 60-64 area near our 50 EMA. Will ES, by the way, try to hold this level, or will we end up seeing, will we see something very, very different? So look at the 50 EMA, see if we get some kind of bounce here to try to fill this gap right up here. I'll be watching that very, very closely just to see the reaction that we end up getting. If we get a decent decision from the Fed and a nice reaction, we could try to fill that gap above. So we'll see about that. But watch and see if we can hold 66 to get that bounce or not. If we lose this, we will be dipping back down to 60-30. So watch those levels just to be safe. On NQ, we have 21,500 acting as our support. Let's see if we can hold this and try to bounce back up. We still have this gap to fill. That's 21,800. Will we get a bounce and try to push higher or not? We'll be watching that just to be safe. For others out there, we have Nvda. Now, I'm not really too worried about Nvda because Nvda did dip exactly as we predicted in my morning video, but the issue is that If we were to lose the support around that 117 area, I'd be a lot more concerned about it. We haven't done that so far, so I'm hoping that this is our low, and then we're going to make a higher low and try to bounce here. If we get back above 133, I'm going to be anticipating this gap fill. Otherwise, it's in a range, so give it some time. Tesla's looking a little lackluster. It's rejecting. It's down 2%, which is no surprise. There was news about Cathie Wood selling, and there's a little bit of fear approaching earnings. So I would say there's some nervousness, if anything. So it's likely just going to continue to trade sideways for now. We'll watch and see if we could reclaim it 390 or not, but the main support's 384. If we lose that, Tesla's going to be dumping a lot more. For now, I just think that Tesla's going to trade sideways. So we're just waiting for FOMC and its earnings. Now, Aapl is looking very resilient. There's a setup here. So there's a possible left shoulder. This could be like a head, and this could be like our right shoulder on Aapl. It's possible this is going to pan out, but I want to see if Aapl could try to get a nice bounce. Can we hold above 232? And do we eventually try to break out higher? There's a possible inverse head and shoulders like structure that could lead to some upset if this ends up panning out. If we lose 230, this is going to be dipping back down. So watch and see just to be safe. For others out there, we have Coinbase. Coinbase is in the middle right now. It's not really pumping or dumping too much. We have resistance at 285 and support at 280, not to mention 275. So I think we just shuffle sideways. There is a gap to fill. So if we get some good data, we could be looking for 297. Otherwise, I'm seeing some sideways price action. For Amazon, I want to mention that some of these tech stocks like Amazon and like Meta are very bullish. They're making very, very nice moves. If we break past 240, we're looking for a bigger pump. Otherwise, it's just range bound between 235 and 240. I think big tech earnings will affect this, so get ready. So it's going to be range bound for now. Same thing with Meta, we're range bound between the 665-ish area. And then we also have this resistance around 680. So we're just going back and forth. We'll have to see if we break out or not. Otherwise, just watch your levels just to be safe. Microsoft has support at 439 and then 434. We'll see if we bounce off these levels. If we break 448, we're looking for the 450s, especially as we have that gap to fill above. So give it some time. And then last but not least, we have Google. If we break past 198, we're looking for a push to fill this gap. And if we end up losing 195, we're looking for a dip. So I think this could try to rebound. So give it the time it needs. With that being said, I want to thank you all so much for listening. There is a little bit of weakness in the markets, in all honesty. But that does not guarantee anything yet right now. Okay, we're waiting to see what happens with this data. So get ready for a very big move at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just a couple of hours from now. Will we see the market bounce or will the market continue to reject? We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you for listening. Get ready for some high volatility and be prepared, guys. Whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you. So I just wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for listening, and peace out.